So if you've gained, I think, 500,000 followers and such, and your jersey selling out, how cool is that for your...
Yeah, it's cool. It's funny what kind of people are attracted to. I'm just trying to keep the main thing is that's basketball, trying to win games, sticking up for my teammates. And that's all part of it. I think all that stuff it's fun and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we need to win some basketball games.
So if I remember last year after that 2-week training camp that Nate took you all out of town for the bonding, but everybody commented on the energy that Sophie brought, whether it was Tosh coming in meeting you or just other people. Have you, now being one of the new ones here, but you're someone who likes to bring the energy, whether we just saw what we saw, but regardless, can you just talk about that?
I think that's just who I am. It's my personality. I'm the glue to it. We kind of have a weird age gap. We have some oldies on the team. We have some young bucks, and I'm kind of the tweener is what they call me. And so it's just trying to make everyone match and make sure we're all just having good vibes, right? The seasons has a bunch of highs and lows, and so just trying to keep a level head on everyone. But I also think that we get to play basketball for a living, and that's super fun. So sometimes you just need a good perspective of like, hey, we're in the grind right now, and it feels hard, but at the end of the day, we get to dribble a ball for a living, so we got to be grateful for that.
I never really even saw myself leaving Phoenix. It was my new home away from home. I have a great off-court situation. I've built a lot of fun relationships out there. I was like, hey, like, what do we need? No, come on, how do you get out of here? But it's funny now that, I told the people upstairs, I was like, I will be her Sabrina Carpenter any day to her Taylor Swift. Like, I am so excited for this. And I just think, honestly, she's just a great human too. She has a lot of pressure and a lot of eyes on her shoulders, and she handles it so gracefully, and she's just a great human. So I'm just excited to be a part of something like that. And she passes the ball, which I enjoy.
She has brought millions. I wouldn't be surprised if it's billions of eyes onto the W and onto women's sports. She is a Kobe Bryant, and that's how Diana was. That's how Sue was. Like, we've had these types of people, but this is just bigger because the media platform is bigger than it ever has been. I don't have an ego, so I'm able to just tell the truth.
Slow, intense beat. When Caitlin Clark speaks, the world listens. But lately, Clark has been quiet. Too quiet. And that's why Sophie Cunningham just said what Caitlin can't. Because someone had to. And Sophie, she's not afraid to call the WNBA out. Loud and clear. This all started after yet another game where Clark was targeted, hit, and mocked. And the refs looked the other way. Fans were furious. Commentators were silent. And the league pretended nothing was wrong. But then Sophie Cunningham, the fierce guard known for her toughness and brutal honesty, finally snapped. In a post-game interview, she didn't hold back. I'm tired of seeing one of the best players in our league get disrespected just because she's different. And with that single sentence, the truth was out. Cunningham wasn't just defending Clark. She was exposing the WNBA's double standard, the quiet bias that's been hanging over this season since Clark's debut. If you bring attention, if you bring money, if you bring fans, you should be celebrated, not punished for it, Sophie added. And she's right. Caitlin Clark has changed everything. Ticket sales, viewership, merchandise, even sponsorships. Yet, instead of embracing her impact, the league and some players have treated her like a threat. Sophie knows Caitlin can't say it herself. If Clark speaks out, the media twists her words. They'll call her entitled, privileged, or worse. So Sophie said it for her, because the truth is, the WNBA has a Caitlin Clark problem. Not because she's doing anything wrong, but because she's doing everything right. Sophie continued, and what she said next sent shockwaves through the locker rooms. If we can't protect our stars, how do we expect fans to keep watching? That line hit hard, because everyone knows, without Clark, the WNBA's massive ratings boom vanishes overnight. And players like Cunningham? They're brave enough to admit it. This isn't just about one rookie. It's about respect, fairness, and the future of women's basketball. Sophie Cunningham isn't scared to challenge the system. And now, millions of fans are standing behind her words. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark keeps her composure, smiling through the chaos, speaking through her game, and letting her play do the talking. But make no mistake, Sophie just said what the entire world's been thinking. Caitlin Clark deserves better. And until she gets it, we're all watching. Sophie Cunningham spoke the truth. Now the question is, will the WNBA finally listen?